Hello again, it's Calvin, and we're here for the last episode of Life of the Buddha. So, the Buddha was meditating under a tree, and then a horseman came up and said, "Your father, Suddhodana, wants you to come back to the kingdom and have a meal there." So, the Buddha said, "Okay, I will come." And he went there. And the father was waiting for him at the palace. And he sat there and he said, "It's all Suddhodana's favorite food out." And Devadatta said, "Yes, all of his favorite food is out." And then the Buddha's wife, Yasodhara, said, King, your son is here." "My son is here? Where is he?" "He's in the street." And Devadatta said, "What is he doing there?" And the Buddha's wife said, "He is begging for food." And then Devadatta got very angry and he said, "When his father lays out all his favorite foods, he goes out begging for food?" So off the king goes to his son and he says, "Son, why do you put shame on me?" But the Buddha says, "I'm not putting shame on you. This is the way of the Buddha." And then Devadatta started shouting at the Buddha, but then the Buddha started shooting out fire and water from his body at the same time. So he burnt all the soldiers that were protecting he hurt them, but they were protecting the king, and the king said, remember now that he was told that his son would be a great man, the Buddha, and he said, "Now I realize, son, that you are not putting shame on me." And he said, "Please forgive me." And then most of the soldiers wanted to become a monk. And then Devadatta said, Buddha. Yes. Siddhartha. "Venerable sir, please can I be a monk?" And he said yes. But one time the Buddha was sitting underneath a tent. And then he called Devadatta to come into the tent. He said, "Why are you trying to split up the Sangha?" And Devadatta said, "I have some requests." And many monks approve of my request. And he said, "What are your requests?" "That all monks should live in the forest, all should wear nice outcast clothes, we should beg for," what do they beg for? Arms. "We should beg for arms. We should
not eat meat,
and
live under the tree."
And no, we did that one. Meditate in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And the Buddha said, "Have you been living in the forest?" And Devadatta said, "No." "Have you been
not eating meat?"
not eating meat? And he said no. Have you been wearing outcast clothes? And he said no. But I have been meditating in the forest, and I've gone begging for alms. And the Buddha said, you haven't done 3 of your 5 things that you want to do, and come ask me. And if you want, you are free to leave if you want. And the Devadatta said, yes, I will leave. And I will also leave with the many monks who approve of my requests. So off they left, and then the Buddha told one of his monks that he wanted to be alone, and he could only come after 3 months. So then, after 3 months, he went to the jungle where the Buddha said he would be. But then he heard a parrot saying, "All men shall live well. All men shall not harm each other." And he's like, "Good parrot, where's the Buddha? Follow me, follow me." And off they went, and the monk climbed up a big mountain, and then he saw monkeys preparing food in a bowl. They put in fruit like bananas, grapes, cherries, and then finally the Buddha got the bowl and he started eating. And then he saw the monk and said hello, and the monk said, "Many people want you to come back, and people have started stoning Devadatta and his followers because they do not approve on their way of life." So then the Buddha came back to the palace. Temple, yes. Temple. And all the monks were very happy. So then off they went to another village. And there was a lady dancer that was dancing for a very rich man. And when she finished, she walked past her servant that was holding out a towel. She did not want the towel. And she said, "I feel like a prisoner." But the servant said, "You are not a prisoner. You are one of the wealthiest ladies in this kingdom." But she said, "Maybe having a normal life with a hard husband and sickly children is better than being wealthy and luxurious." But then the servant said, "You know, they say he has all the answers." And that lady dancer said, "Who?" He said, "The Buddha, but he is very old. He does not like beauty and wealth." But she said, "We'll go there anyway." So she went there, and she told the Buddha about her complaints. So the Buddha said, "Just let go of all attachments." Yes, just let go of all attachments and you will be free. So after the lady dancer became a nun, a lady monk. So then after a while he told his monks, and he said, "Listen carefully. In 3 months I will pass away." All the monks were not happy. They wanted the Buddha to live forever because he could. But the Buddha said, "I am tired and I want to go back into heaven." So when 3 months later, he was lying on a stone and lying his head like this. So then one of the monks said, "I have a question for the Buddha. Please move out the way." But the head monk Ananda said, "Do not disturb the Buddha. He is very tired." But the Buddha said, "Do not let that monk come to see me. Come on, ask me your question." And he said, "Many other religions want to believe you. Which religion shall we follow?" And the Buddha said, "A religion which has all the 5 precepts." It's 5, right?
5 precepts.
Yes. And everything calm, and everything that I've told you about this after a while, after these years.
Eightfold Noble Path.
An Eightfold Noble Path. Yes, okay, Eightfold Noble Path. So, that is the end of the last episode of Life of the Buddha. Bye! I will be letting out another video afterwards to tell you about how my experience here as a novice monk will be. Bye!